Hi, guys. I am so happy to have you here today. So, this is Jeanette with Creations of the Heart Art. Today, what I wanted to make is an organizer. You can use this organizer to put, um, how do I say? Hold on. See that you're seeing on here? Oh my gosh. Oh, hold on. I have to fix. I don't know if you can see me. Oh boy. See, this is what happens when I do it alone. Uh, nope. Okay. I just wanted this one to show. Let's see. Huh? I'm learning how to do this for myself. Oh, this one. Hold on. Oh my gosh, this is funny. I think if Jenny was to see me now, she'd be laughing. I had it up here too. Layout, but I want this one to be solo layout. There you go. I got it now. It took me a time. But that's what happens. We make mistakes here and we want to learn how to do them, right? Okay, so here we go. Let me show you again. This is Jeanette from Creations of the Heart Art. So I'm making this organizer where you can put um brushes, paint brushes, makeup brushes. You could do so much. So that will be the way when it's done. But we start upside down like this. You always start upside down. Trust me, I've done a mistake where I started the wrong way and it was crazy. So this is for my sister. She's wanting an organizer, for her paint, but she does a lot of makeup. So you want to make sure that always inside is nice and clean. And how do you do that? You take a wipey and you just take everything out. So you want to make sure the inside is always clean because anything you have in here will show up um in the thing. So you want to make sure it's always clean. Okay, and it looks great in there. Take these top pieces off. Okay, that's ready to go. Okay, and that's exactly how it's gonna be. All right, so in the meantime, you want to go ahead and make the mix. So this is the mix that I have. I always use um epoxy resin. So I always start off at 100. First thing you have to do is, of course, you're gonna put your gloves on. Um, 'Cause believe me, you don't want this nowhere on your skin. I think I had a little accident and I had it in my elbow. Don't ask me how I got on my elbow. I was elbow deep. They really meant it. So it was so hard to take off. I had to use, like, it wouldn't come out for months. My skin was hard. So I had to use a scraper to um fix it. Okay, you always want to start out with a object this big. You never want to do the whole thing because it takes, you can have mistakes and things like that. So I plan to do something real blingy for her because she's like into blingy. So I'm gonna take this. So you see, it tells you how deep it is. So you want to go ahead, everything is deep. So what I like to do is you always start off with 100. Okay, and I always buy these cups. You can get these on Amazon. You start off with 50. of part A, and then another 50 for part B. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So 50. Okay, you want to be the exact measure. So there's my 50 with part A. Then you take part B. Okay, you take it all the way down to 100. Okay, I just put my finger like this and put it back in. Okay, so right there you got 100, you know? So you want to start off always with 100. Now you see how clear it is, right? So you want to go ahead and mix it up a little bit. Now this project takes approximately 3 days to do. Mostly all my projects take 3 days because I like to do a little bit designs and here and there. And what I plan to do is she likes pink. Her whole room is like pink. Okay. Girly girl. So she plans to do pink. So what I do, and I keep stirring, what I do, I'm gonna use this pink. Okay, this is exactly how her colors are. Is this pink? Um, hold on. Mhm. Okay, so all right. So I'm gonna use this pink to put it in here. And then I'm only doing 100 because in the middle, what I would like to do, I hope it comes out that way. This is the first time I'm ever going to do this part. So while I mix this, right, I would love to do like half pink and then put this blingy gold in the middle and like a line and then finish it off with the pink. But it takes 3 days because each thing takes about 24 hours to dry. And you see all the bubbles, you know. You want to go ahead and take off all the bubbles. I have a heat gun that I always use, and it's over here. And I go ahead and take that. You see, it has a whole bunch of bubbles. But you could take your heat gun and take it all out, and then bubbles rise to the top. That's another reason you want to let it simmer. But once you put the color in, some of the bubbles do rise up. And what you're doing here, the reason why you got to shake it because it has to be clear. If it's cloudy, you can't do it, you know? So, yeah. Oop. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right. Okay. So now I'm gonna take the stick and wipe it down a bit. I don't want the resin in the color. Okay. I'm gonna take this. And what I do is a word of thing that I like to do is I usually just grab about that much and then I shake it like this and I put it in there. You always start off with one and then you go ahead and stir it up. Okay. All right. Ooh, that's pretty. Now I know I used the right thing because look how thick it is. So you want to go ahead and then top this off. I mean, mica powder always, you always want it, you're off with that one. Unless you want it clear and then you're going to lose a translucent color. Okay, so you want to check that the whole color's through. That's really good right there. See how that falls, how pretty? You want to go ahead and have that pretty color in there. Okay, so I'm going to put this right here for now and then bring this back in here. Okay, here we go. So we are gonna go ahead and drop this, and you always want to start from the top so it can go down. Okay. I only stay in one area because it will go to everywhere else after a while. See, it starts going everywhere else. And I think I'm gonna need more because the 100 looks like it didn't really hit anything. So maybe this is the one that needed 200. So I'll clean it off like this because you want to make sure you get it on all sides. No, I think 100 is good. Yep, I see it now just getting settled in. I go ahead and I scrape the top off because you want to go ahead because this will be covered soon. So like I like to use everything too. You want to make sure you dig into this cup and you get everything in there. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm pushing it down this way and they go down. Cause see, when I come back tomorrow, it's gonna be a different color. So right now this is looking really cute. And what I like about it, they each have their own like space. And that's what I like. So yeah, it could be messy on top because that's gonna be covered. But I don't know if you can see. Let me see if I can turn it around. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there it is. You see how it's full right here? And then this side is this way. So you want to make sure that you have something in each side because you're not gonna stop there, you know. You wanna go ahead and do the whole thing. So I'm gonna let that go a little bit there. And then tomorrow what I'm gonna do is when I record again, I'll go ahead and finish it off, but I want to go ahead and put this bling. So I'm not going to use 100. I'll probably use 50 just to get enough because I want to put this all over in the middle. You know, you want to go ahead and put this all over and then you put another 100, to make it up there. I always start off with 100. You can never go wrong because with 100, you start off, right? Then you put your designs in the middle, and then you do another 100 and it tops it off, you know. So that is all for today on this. And this is something that I can't wait to see because this is my first time not doing the mold, but doing the designs that I'm gonna do, you know. So this is Jeanette. I hope that I see you tomorrow. Oh, I still got a minute. But anyway, see you tomorrow. Hold on. Oh, wait.